Edward Veniaminovich Savenko, aka Limonov. This is who we're talking about, a Russian writer, poet, militant, butler, dissident, politician, pro-Putin prisoner. He's had 1,000 lives in France, New York, Russia, and it's Kirill Serebrennikov, who we can see here, who has produced a portrait adapted from the book by Emmanuel Carrère of the same name. He's played by Ben Whishaw, the British actor who was in The Lobster, Bright Star, and who was Q in James Bond. And the film was presented yesterday in competition. Serebrennikov is a man who smiles very little. He's known for that. But is he going to be a little more generous with the ultra bright for the photographers in Cannes? We'll see. Maybe the first reviews that came this morning have relaxed him. There's everything, of course, as usual. For the Echoes, it's a major success. The Russian director has made a brilliant adaptation of Carrère's book. Les Inrocks said it was a speedy which is without surprises in the portrait of Limonov. Télérama says that it lacks, sometimes run out of breath. And for Libé, it says that there's too much difference, too much distance, and he spends too much time on his years as an underdog in New York. And here he is with his actress, Viktoria Miroshnichenko. Kirill Serebrennikov is the director, of course, Tchaikovsky's Wife, presented in 2022 here in Cannes. But Lito in competition in 2018. Viktoria Miroshnichenko, who plays one of Limonov's lovers. A Russian model in the film. So Kirill Serebrennikov is Tchaikovsky's wife, but also Leto. Fans of his consider it as being his first film, but it's a very good way to get into his films, starting with Leto. Viktoria Miroshnichenko, who plays Ben Wishaw's partner in the film. Ben Whishaw, who plays Limonov. He's a dissident. He didn't like the term dissident, but he's a Russian writer, poet, who had 1,000 lives. He went to live in New York. He lived in France. Then he returned to Russia. And he finished with a slightly blurred political career. He was a bit disturbed, I think, to a certain extent. Emmanuel Carrère, the writer, who we know who wrote the book, and Serebrennikov adapted this book onto the screen. Emmanuel Carrère met Limonov for an article, and he wanted to write a book about him. Decided to make a portrait of him. Serebrennikov is also a stage director. He had the honors at the Avignon Festival, but he'd always wanted to be a filmmaker ever since he was little. He's a tenacious dissident in terms of Putin's regime. He's well known for the positions he's taken. He almost got sent to prison. And he's a fervent supporter of LGBTQI plus rights. And his film, Tchaikovsky's Wife, talks about the composer's homosexuality, much to the dismay of his wife. Serebrennikov, always very serious. He's been to Cannes many times. He presented Tchaikovsky's Wife in 2022. In 2018, he was in competition with Leto. And Ben Whishaw, the actor who plays Limonov, who's not here for the photocall. And there we have a Russian director who has just encountered Benjamin Laverne, the French actor. So there we go, from the Comédie Française. And he's here to present En Fanfare. So, Limonov from Kirill Serebrennikov in competition here in Cannes. Emmanuel Carrère, whose book has been adapted, was a consultant on the film but didn't write the adaptation. And he said that this amazing life talks not just about Limonov or about Russia, but about a common history that we all share since the end of the Second World War. He even had a little role, he had a small role in the film where he is insulted by Limonov, played by Ben Whishaw. Kirill Serebrennikov. The critics seem to have enjoyed his film. Of course, critics divided. Télérama talks about a directing style that sometimes runs out of breath. Les Inrocks says it's no surprise. There's no surprises in it, but there are others, for instance, Les Echos, that says it's a major success. And there is Viktoria Miroshnichenko.